Hello everyone, welcome. Today I want to show you how we make the solution for combination window. I make I think few video about it. It's my experiment in Warre beehive, and because experiments we can find during the making of this project the problems. One of the problems is measure, if I say it good, about the window, about the combination window, as you see is about 37 in 24. And I can't find any shop that they said it. Because of that, I have to make by myself. And this is the part of course, the project. And I think I have a solution. I have another type of window for another hive, and if I put it two of them, it should be enough for one combination window. But there is some rules about the beeswax. Maybe you know that. I can show you. If you see here, there is some pattern inside of beeswax. You see, this is the pattern. It look like the English letter Y. And if I put it something like this, is in down way. We have to make it in same way. I read an article about it, and there is some rules about it. If you put it some down or upstairs, I put it in this serial. Everything about in upstairs in up, and I select that the sign Y is now up, and I put it together. I think about 1 centimeter must be enough, but it must be a same line. It must be same line, and it must be about the. I check it again because I was yes, is right. Another one also is right. Yeah, it must be a same way. About 1 centimeter must be enough. Of course, must be straight, not different ways. We put it here, and as you see, is one of the cell is this pattern must be same as this pattern, of course. And if I got it in one way, for example, if I got it, I can push with my finger and beeswax, and we kind of fasten. We make it fasten, and I put it another way, another side, again with my finger, or something like this must be enough. And I saw in my hive that the bees make it very well, and after that you can see the difference, and you can of course put with your nail. It must be better maybe. We can damage it and they make it the pattern in same way. If we have it, it must be hard enough to hang it in the window. But the point is, we have to cut it at the right high and right wide. I put it about 2 millimeter must be enough space, 2 millimeter space here, and also 2 millimeter, about 2 millimeter space. And I put with the knife from inside. I make something like sign, and after that we can put it away and we can cut it. And we have a right beeswax for our window. And yes, and after that we have to smell it to melting. Sorry, it's a melting process I explained in some window, but it's actually very easy. For that you need some kind of machinery, something like this. This is of course a modern machinery, is modern, and I think it's better. With this button you can put it the voltage higher or lower. Sometimes I see that some beeswax, like something like this, is very thin, and usually we use about 12 volts for melting the beeswax, but sometimes we need shorter. For example, if I put the, for melting we have to make contact. If I put it something like this, plus and minus there, is the time is longer, and some point melting, some point not. And then of course I can use it about 10 or 12. But if the melting point is shorter, then the voltage must be lower. About 1 volt is enough, and it's melting very quickly. You can find your way to melting, but my way is the short way. I make it short way, and it's my way. I don't know. You can use it, of course. And we can, for example, put it. I make this because I film with one hand and I can show you. But if I put it the minister, for example, or plus here or otherwise, I make this is very handy because I can put it in the, we call it eyes in Dutch. This is we can put it here inside. Look, we can put it here, and it stay here. And if you have another minus is this, if I put it something like that, like sign, and it's melting very quickly, and I can control it. And sometimes you have to push it in some way, some places in the beeswax, because it's not a stride or some problem with the beeswax. And you make it. It's very easy. It's actually, you can make it very easy. Maybe some tips about the I don't know what they call it in English. We have something like this. If you put it, you can make the kind of zigzag form in this metal rope. I think, I don't know, rope is of course not metal, I don't know. And you can make a pattern. If you make a pattern, sometimes they are not hard enough, they hanging. And with this, if I put here and I go straight here, you have to do this. And this metal rope, I call it a rope, it's make some kind of zigzag pattern. You have to do few and you know it, and after that is hard enough. See, it's hard enough. And also if they melting, I see if they melting is better for the beeswax because they have the pattern of zigzag and they melting better in the surface of beeswax. Anyway, also of course I make another video about the box of the Warre, and here I use another thing in my hive, because when you use recycled wood, it's not the same, and something, for example, here is 1 millimeter smaller than here. My machinery is not good, and I use it in a few times. If you cut the wood or saw the wood, you have to do it in one time, and sometimes I have that problems with the time, or I don't know, I make it apart another time, and it should be problem because my machinery, as I say, is not okay. And anyway, for solution of that, I can use this kind of pattern for the hive. You can buy it from the heart till heart is about 35 or 36, I think, but the measure is almost same. Of course, is Warre beehive is not from this kind of, is from 1900 and it's very old one, and the measure was different, but it's also same. Look, if I put it here, it's very straight. It is little bit bigger. For me is about 15, in the Warre is about 12, but I think it's not problem. It's not, must be a problem. And if I put another, maybe it's sometimes better if they don't make it wild, beeswax wild. Sometimes if it's bigger, they make it wild. I don't think so. I have to see that. And of course, there is at shopping you can buy the different things of this kind of instrument. And then I have the good measure here. It's about 12 of this, and this is about the 15. Maybe it's better. Maybe if they don't make a wild space here, the bees must be better go up and down, and maybe for ventilation must be better. I don't know. Anyway, this was a part of making the window. Thank you for watching. Till next time. Bye.